This right here is a work of art. Fantastically designed thing from EVERGOODS, but I do have one big problem with it. More about that in a little bit. But this is the cap half cap, cap 0.5, half a cap. It's, I think they're calling it the cap half, but it's a ½ liter size Civic Access Pouch. Now, you know, this is the third in the iteration from EVERGOODS on the Civic Access Pouch. Super cool. And it's the smallest one. Now, EVERGOODS doesn't do things just haphazardly. They don't just put out stuff quickly. They put a ton of thought and design into all of their products, and this is no different from anything else. In fact, watching some of their videos, they, you know, if they're not going to do it awesomely, they're just not going to do it at all. So this, I think, fits in the awesome category. Now, it's small, right? We'll get out some of the other favorite things to compare it to, but let's dig into it. What can you put inside the cap half? I don't know. What can you put in? Let's dig out some stuff. All right, so yeah, we're going to do a couple things. And right now it's a bummer, man. This thing sold out a lot quicker than I think they anticipated. They ordered a ton and then they just quickly sold out in about a day. If you watch this when I release it, I think they're probably gone right now. There was a few in this coyote color still left when I'm filming this, but they're probably gonna be gone. But there are some foreign or overseas carriers that are carrying this, so I'll put a link to a few downstairs. The Suburban website is one that I've used before, so you might want to check them out. Limited capacity or quantities in the 3 different colors, and I did a burnt orange, coyote, and black. But today we're going to do a couple things. We're going to put this inside just some typical EVERGOODS bags just to see how they fit. Maybe dig out a bullet, who knows. We're also going to just a ton of comparisons, EVERGOODS and others. I'm gonna compare it to a couple others that are, you know, things you like. There's more! So I got a whole bunch of things. And whenever I get something new, I kind of look around and dig into my tub of tech pouches and some other things. What is gonna fit this best? So that brings me to one thing I don't like about this is I haven't found the perfect setup for it. Now, they did a couple of videos themselves on different things to pack out. We'll dive into a couple of things that I'm going to use this for, or at least try it out. I've had this for a few weeks, and the problem is I haven't found the perfect way to use this. Just because you could use it in a range of different places. So it's just what it is, right? So we're going to dig out some of my favorite pouches. We're going to deck this thing out a couple different ways, but let's dig into, you know, how does it fit in things that you might carry this into. Now, it's pocketable. Put it in a larger jacket pocket for sure. It might be your essentials for on the go, action cameras, that kind of stuff. Again, we'll show that stuff, but it does fit nicely in the side bottle pockets. No, you know, big surprise there. Will it fit in this CTB 26 front pocket? Yes, with plenty of room to spare actually. And this thing is completely, I would say, on a fullish side. You could probably jam some more stuff, but I think it is appropriate. You know, it's not bulged out. It's still retaining its original shape, but it fits in there, right? Either side, cool. Now, one thing people want to know, does it fit inside this top yoke pocket? And the answer is yes. And with plenty of room to spare up there too. So honestly, if you don't like things loose in this yoke pocket, which I do, I just normally sunglasses, AirPods, that kind of thing. If you wanted to just have a place for a rip out and go pocket, then I think this is a perfect spot for it because it's, you know, it's not constrained. You're not just like trying to just fit it in there. It's plenty of room, fits easily in the CTB 26. Expect it to fit the same in the CPL series as well. It's generally the same size pocket. Now inside the bag, oh well, you know, since we're here, does it fit in the front pocket? Absolutely. It's gonna bulge out a little bit more in that front pocket, but you know, you do you. Inside the bag, you know, we got this internal pocket here. Will it fit in there? Absolutely, it'll fit. And you know, so This thing will fit in any pocket in any of the EVERGOODS bags, for sure. And it just works out nicely. Now in a GR1, it's gonna work out just the same, just because the bags are the same size, right? In a bullet ruck, of course this is my cork bullet ruck. Awesome, right? Fits in there, fits in the front. Of course it's gonna bulge out a little bit in the bullet ruck. Will it fit in this top pocket? No, not the quick access pocket. Although I might get a GR1 to see if it fits in there. But it's still quite awesome. Will it fit in this top internal pocket of the bullet ruck? Well, let's see. That's where that tech pouch went. That's the problem. Sometimes I pack these things out with a bunch of stuff and I'm wondering where those things went. Probably in a backpack. Now, the inside front pocket on a bullet ruck, it is a little bit too long to fit inside a bullet. So that's a bullet ruck. A little too big, not gonna fit in really anything except that front pocket. Let's go ultra, just because it's awesome. And then, you know, this back pocket, will it fit in there? Maybe. It might actually. A little tighter opening, just the way it's designed, but it will fit. So, you know, in your GR1 size, so really anything bigger than a bullet, that top pocket, nice, man. Fit it inside a GR2. Now, again, because of its design, the way that pocket's designed, it's gonna be a little tighter, so not as easy as the EVERGOODS bag, but it fits. And the inside pocket then, just because of the width of the GR1 bag, it'll definitely fit inside here. So, I think definitely. I said definitely. It does. Now a little tighter. So it fits. But, I mean, is it sacrilege to put EVERGOODS stuff in GoRuck things? I'll let you discuss that one. But for me, kind of keep the streams separate. Kind of keep things, you know, in their own little world. I'll put this probably in my EVERGOODS stuff. Now, before we dive into just the myriad of packing options, dive into a little history here. Now, the first thing we had was this Cap 2, which this is a Griffin edition, so it's in wax canvas, but just the overall utility of this thing, just the way that it opens, and then, you know, it ends basically like a nice little desk caddy. So I just like that for a bunch of action cameras, but it's 2 liters, right? You know, next we have a Cap 1. So 2 liters, 1 liter, about the same footprint size. This thing, little magnetic opening, and splay it open and just have all your, in my case, this is always my charging solution. This is my personal travel charging solution. Grab and go, put it in my bag, front pocket, anywhere really of any bag, and have all my things to charge whatever I have with me. I've got another one for work, the standard black edition, but this is in, well, this is the Griffin edition. So it's super cool. So Cap 2, Cap 1, and now Cap 0.5, Cap half. Now they come with their 420D on the outside and a 210 on the inside with some little pockets. Now the layout you've seen, and maybe you've already heard of this, so let's just get out some sunglasses and a toothbrush. I want to bring some stuff up here for filming. Now inside, you know, the design of this thing is a diagonal zipper across a square platform, and it's an elongated thing. So, and it opens up, and when it's opened up flat, you can fit these side pockets, and now it's just a big open thing. So just like the Cap 2, whatever you have in there, now you can kind of see it all and get to work. Nice. And there's 2 side pockets, that one is mesh and one is the same 210, and with nice internals, very nice YKK reverse coil zippers, super buttery smooth and everything you have. Nice little side gussets here to prevent stuff from like rolling out and kind of help it keep its shape. There's one little loop on the end, so carabiner it to something, easy grab handle. And then there's this other little loop here, which I thought, oh, this would have been awesome if they would have had a Velcro patch to put something on here, but it just is a little too small for that, so they didn't put it on there. But they put this nice little sewn-in loop, which just is a, you know, it's a throwback to the other little loops, subtle branding that they put on their stuff. So that was a nice little touch. I like that. Now, inside, put the dimensions right here so you can see what we're talking about in terms of numbers. But what does it fit? Now, that's where we'll get into some other things. So just size-wise, before we get into putting stuff in, let's just compare it side by side with some other great options. So just side by side, there's cap 2, cap 1, and half cap. You know, ta-da! That's what it looks like, right? This is the Echo-sized field pocket from GoRuck, and definitely about, you know, twice as big there. Got some stuff in one of these that will be important later. So there's cap 2, cap 1, half cap, Echo field pocket. Out of this bin of various packing cubes and solutions, the Triple Aught Design GPP1 is kind of my go-to. Mostly for the dimensions of the way it's laid out. I can just put a range of different things. So like a lot of times if I'm carrying a small camera, it fits perfect in there. So we're gonna, you know, we're gonna put some stuff in here. But the GPP1, really I've got more of those than a lot of other things because it just fits a lot. Now we've got some Prometheus Design Works pouches. I got two of those actually, different colors. Another GPP1. And this is another Prometheus Design Works, just a little bigger version. The waterproof one, we've got just all sorts of stuff. We've got this thing from the James brand, the Garage Built Gear Mighty Pouch Plus. And it is on the smaller side. I really, and a lot of my stuff for the smaller size and what this is gonna compete with is this size from Garage Built Gear and then the Mightier pouch, which ends up being my kind of go-to notebook, toolkit, hard drives. Is, you know, it's got a lot more stuff in. So these are going to be two head-to-head competitors when I talk about putting stuff in. These are going to be it. So it's really going to come down to comparing things to, we're going to eliminate the cap 2. It'll be a cap 1, Garage Built Gear, probably can I compare this one? So let's just get into that. Let's just get out some things and talk about loading this sucker up for work. So it gets a little nutty, the different things you can put in here. And so I think, you know, one way I considered was sunglasses case, because a lot of times, you know, my sunglasses are in a soft case. Of course, these are blenders. Some of my essential summer gear from that video. This thing is padded on the outside enough to provide another level of protection for whatever you're putting in here. So sunglasses case, I think, is a good one, but it's a little too big. So if you were concerned, wanted more, maybe it's taking up too much space, then maybe you wouldn't do that. But as a sunglasses case, definitely excels because you can attach it to things. It provides protection, a little bit of structure to it. Super nice, super cool, you know. And I think your bigger frames would definitely fit in there. So sunglasses case, that's number one. Number two option, people talked about DOP kit, like a travel DOP kit. Well, now my normal DOP kit is in the GR1 sized field pocket, bigger size. Why? Because I just don't like to, not that my skin is that sensitive, but I don't usually use the hotel body washes. I don't need shampoo, but some other things. I just bring my own face wash and some travel size just body wash. So, I mean, you can put some travel size in here. Now the problem is toothpaste, shaving kit. Here's a very minimal shaving kit with some razors, and then toothbrush. Put the toothbrush in there without the protective case. So toothbrush, but I don't have deodorant in here. Kind of need that. So for camping, a camping toiletry kit where maybe deodorant didn't make the cut list, this would be enough to get you going. Shave when you needed to, brush your teeth, that kind of thing. So that's one way to go. Very minimal DOP kit. Now for me, if I'm not shaving typically, that's when I use this Echo size field pocket. Otherwise I'm using a GR1 size field pocket. That's just me. Now you might be different. You might want to, because you maybe don't need all that stuff. Maybe use the hotel stuff. And so this would probably work. Don't want to forget the razor. That would be a problem. So minimal DOP kit, that's one thing people have talked about, and definitely you could use this for that. Now, another thing that I've considered, and when I travel, I don't bring my electric toothbrush because that's just another thing. It's just a little bit big to bring, but I thought maybe this would be a perfect size for that. So here's my Sonicare Philips, fits in there just nicely. So if you wanted to use it for your Sonicare, you could bring toothbrush. Your extra heads could be in the side, and maybe a regular toothbrush or toothpaste. So this could be your just toothbrush solution using your Sonicare. I don't know that I'll travel with it just because I have the perfect way to carry it, but either way, that's one thing. You could use this for your toothbrush. So sunglasses, toothbrush, DOP kit, right? Now, what about replacing my cap 1 with this cap half? Absolutely, because the way this thing is designed, you can put the blocks in the middle, even with the primary cords. Side cords could fit in the side, and really, what else is in here? Oh, some loops. Sleep with those. Different cables. So, as a very minimal charge kit, this is definitely a big contender. So it might replace the cap 1. Because maybe I'm not, I could put all these side cables in here. I think it would work out very nicely. So might be a good solution for charging. And that's, again, maybe my, personal travel charging solution will be this, because I don't bring as many cables normally. For work, I have to just charge a bunch of things. That just ends up being. So probably a good contender for charging solutions. Cap half. Now, other than that, now let's get into some cameras, some action cameras, some things you might have with you to see if they fit. And that's where normally this size excels. So my normal go-to travel camera right now is the DJI Pocket 3, not sponsored. I just use the heck out of this thing. That thing fits in here very nicely. But the problem, and the reason is, well, why is that not just your all-the-time solution, JB? Is because I normally bring this extra charging thing, and I've somehow lost the other piece. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. The other extended tripod piece, and the microphone. So the mic, the charging base, and then the tripod stand, which is eluding me at the moment. I'm sure I'll find it. Just won't fit at the same time as bringing this. So if I just wanted the camera to record something on the go, this is actually the perfect solution. So now I can record and audio and video with this thing. So that's a perfect Pocket 3. Problem is, it's not carrying your other Pocket 3 stuff. That's gonna really bug me. Like, where is that thing, man? It's not in here. It wasn't there, but it's not here now. Somewhere else. But anyway, so that's, it would be perfect for that, but just doesn't carry the other stuff that I bring with my DJI. Now, bigger cameras, of course, a little too big to fit, if you're gonna use this for your Fuji film, recently acquired X100. I got a T arriving today, the 6, whatever. But it won't fit that because just the dimensions, right? So not something you're gonna put in there. Now something like an action camera size, and now this is the Ace Pro from Insta360. It does fit, and it is, again, a little bit, it's kind of perfect for its dimensions actually, but what you're gonna limit yourself to is the side pockets. So normally, and again, it's a little bit too, it doesn't really fit that, and the base, oh, it will. Barely. Fits a little tight to fit an Ace Pro and a shorty stick. In fact, it's a little too long. So, no, actually you could just do this. You can put this down flat, Boop. Yeah, no, it fits perfectly. So there you go. You could take the Ace Pro with a shorty and some batteries, which I happen to have here. A couple of batteries, throw them in here in the side little pockets, and you're good to go. One action camera. A lot of times I'll try to put everything action camera wise inside one of these mightier pouches, just because I can put that, and I can actually kind of jam this in there sometimes. But the mightier pouches are being a little constraining. But again, there's a single action camera kit. Throw it in your bottle pocket, whip it out, get the camera out, and then put it back in its protective case. So that's going to be a leading contender for me, is single action camera on the go. Take this thing out of its little protective pouch, and boom, and we're live. So there you go, action camera. One of its probably higher level or uses for me would be that mode. Yeah, I still like that thing. Anyway, cool. What about a 360 camera? I think you're also in good shape there. This is the X4, the newest version of that. If you just want to throw that in there, perfectly nice and padded, but the problem is, you really can't put much else in there. Normally when I'm traveling with this, I think it's in the other boogie bag, the extended selfie pole. So that's not going to fit in there. Just a bummer. So there you go. If you just wanted to go batteries, right? So these are little battery cases from Telesin or others. These little battery cases, this could be your battery box. No problem. 2 of these Telesin cases would fit in there along with some additional batteries. So action camera, batteries, battery pockets. Maybe even without that, you could just throw a bunch of these GoPro batteries in there. Done. Maybe even a phone mount. This one's kind of cool. You can put that in there too. Ta-da! All right, batteries. Since we're talking about batteries, and since I brought them, let's talk about what if this was maybe your go-to battery solution for a DJI Avata. So there you go. 2 Avata 1 batteries. Avata 1, there's a new Avata 2, but these are the batteries that came with Avata 1. It's perfectly sized for that. So now you're on the go battery solution. Go out to the field, fly in the drone, whip out, you have 2 spare batteries in here. No problems, right? Nice. All right, since we're talking drone batteries, what about if you had a Mini 4 or 3 or whatever, because those batteries are very similar. Batteries are about the same size. These are actually a little bit smaller. So now you have 2 spare drone batteries for the field use. Put this fit in your pocket. Whip this out, 2 spare batteries. Ta-da! There you go. Nice, man. This thing is perfect for a range of uses. On-the-go tech solutions, DOP kits, sunglasses, power solutions. In fact, it's going to be probably a toss-up for most people in terms of bringing your charging solutions, whether you need the cap 1 or a half cap. Some people might like the zipper solution versus this. So there you go. With that said, let's get to your questions, because you asked me some great questions. So I wanted to get to those right now, and I'm going live to Instagram where people have asked me some fantastic questions. So, right up to the minute, what questions did people ask? Here we go. And does it feel heavy in hand? How much can it fit without bulging? Well, I think I answered the what can it fit. You're not too much, ½ liter. It does not feel heavy in the hand at all. In fact, this slick feeling, it just feels lightweight, and it is lightweight, so it's super nice. Really like the fit, finish, feel of the cap. Half cap. What are people using these for that they sell out in one day? I don't know, but some of this is a little bit of hype. EverGoods stuff is always quality made and very well thought through. All you gotta do is go to the EverGoods webpage or YouTube channel and see some of the things they put into, the thoughts they put into their gear, and you're gonna be impressed. The utility is unmatched. Versatility, quality, it's just, that's why they sell out, is because they're fantastic. Now, they underestimated the demand, and so more will be back. Different colors coming soon, I'm sure, but it's just fantastic. the utility of the thing is fantastic. How does it fit inside the yoke pocket? Very well. And you can open it while it's inside there because it doesn't fit tightly. It's just in there loosely enough where you can unzip the half cap without ripping it out. So I think it's a nice, perfect combo actually. How's it compared to something like the Bellroy pencil pouch or one of those TBB pods? I don't have either of those. Unfortunately, you know, I've got a lot of things, but I don't have those too. But for a pencil pouch, it would fit perfectly. You could fit, obviously, Apple pencils, regular pens and pencils would fit in here nicely. Just not typically my mode. That's it. Those are your questions. So thank you for asking them. More coming out soon. Get outside. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. This was just a real quick rundown, down and dirty on the half cap, which is really, really cool. But what is the best way? That's the big problem. I'm just struggling with the one way I'd use it. If I'd have to guess, it's probably going to be, I don't know. I usually over exceed this thing when I end up going on the trip. I just shove more stuff in the cap one, so I'm not sure that's the way it's going to go. So anyway, how are you going to use it? What's the best way that you think to get this thing in your daily rotation? I've struggled with it, honestly. I've used it in different ways. It's usually a little too small for most of my action cameras, but I think maybe Charging Solutions, and it might be a perfect camping mode. I don't know. What do you think? What am I gonna do with this stuff? I'm gonna put it in there somewhere.